Hi, I'm Izzy Holler. I'm a junior here at Hamilton. I'm very interested in TV and media because, I don't know, I love watching it and I want to make it someday. So.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm a senior psychology major at Hamilton, and I think the intersection between art and psychology is super cool, and it's gonna be like a cool look into the mind, so that's why I'm into it.
Hello, I'm Jules. I'm a junior. I'm a comp sci and theater major, so I really like computer hardware and architecture, and I also like to perform. So now I'm performing in hardware.
Hello, I'm Makaya. I'm a junior, cinema and media studies major. I'm very into filmmaking, and recently like to get into analog stuff like VHS tape.
Hey, I'm Lena. I'm a sophomore anthropology major, and I'm here to people watch all the theater majors have fun.
Hey guys, I'm Mina. I'm a junior. I'm an art major. I'm really interested in like the transmission of the body in between like digital and physical spaces, and also I really just like touching things.
Hi, I'm Dia. I'm a psychology major, an education minor, and a digital arts minor if they let me into that class, but we'll see. And I like video editing and film and stuff.
Hi, I'm Anna Huff, Professor Huff. Some people call me, and some people call me Professor. As Matt documented in our behind the scenes kind of entertainment style TV club documentary. This is a class that I started called TV Club. This is season 2. It's been an amazing group, and this is our last live stream from the studio of the season. And so we have these amazing guests, Paloma Kopp, Andrei J, and Paloma's really also a professor this semester, right? So she's technically not a guest, but she's here just showing the magic wizard skills of all of these amazing analog tools that they bring to the room. Let's see, I'm a multimedia artist, and I like to work at the intersections of media, technology, performance, embodiment, right? So it's really interesting to touch things, feel things, bring it back to the real wizard world of tactile tools. So without further ado, Andrei, do you want to show us some cool stuff?
Okay, so yeah, just a little bit of overview of what we're going to do here is we have like a couple of like general topics that we're going to introduce. We're going to show sort of like basically how you play around with this stuff and like go around station by station and be like, what the heck is this? What do you do with it? And then we're going to do that for a while, and then I think you're going to take over and mess around with all this stuff. So we're going to show you a little bit about how we work with camera feedback right here, and Paloma's going to take over from there.
Alrighty. Yay. So, I think you all played around a little bit with camera feedback with your webcams. So this is similar in some ways, and it's also a little bit of a different feel in some ways. The other nice thing about this camera is that it has focus control, which most webcams don't have. And then we also have the signal is going through this kind of processor, so you can control how much color. Usually the less color, the more kind of this texture, kind of like lines comes in, and then the more colorful it gets, the more the colors kind of start to blob out into flat areas of color, and you get less of those kind of edges of stripes. More detail is what gives you more of these edge lines, because basically every time there's an edge of a shape in the camera, it's trying to kind of enhance that. So then, because it's a feedback loop, it's then enhancing another line outside of that, and another line, and another line, and so on, into infinity.
Video mixers are slightly more complicated than a lot of the other things here. These are sort of, stuff like this would be the backbone of like your normal broadcast television studio in like the 90s and up to the early 2000s. If you just plug the mixer back into itself, it'll do basically the same kind of feedback as this camera photon electron loop here, but like completely just like internally due to like reconstructing the signal. So this is just a mixer plugged into itself. This is called internal feedback or frame buffer feedback, something like that. I can actually mix this one into the main feed too. There we go. And sort of basically just like, this is one where you don't quite have enough time to get into like the total nitty gritty of like what's going on here, but like what you can do with this is just basically button mash your way to success here and try out different things as though you're playing some sort of like Capcom fighting game or whatever. This is a Raspberry Pi. Does everybody know what that is? It's basically the same kind of like computer board that's like in a cell phone, but like reconfigured to like actually be like programmable and interfaceable with like the world at large. So you can do things like I can program it to be like a video synthesizer and be able to like take in video and like mess around with it. This is another device which is, it's doing a different kind of feedback where we're actually able to kind of add like delay into what's happening. So you get like echoes of whatever's coming into this camera. And if you want things to look more crazy and blobby, you have to sort of like manually sort of shift things in terms of like messing around with knobs on here. And then you get like weird kind of fractal spirally things. And then on the other hand, not terribly affordable, scrappy, or easy to use, is the world of modular video synthesis.
So let's jump over to this. You can see that this signal that's coming out of this box is a lot more colorful, a lot more rainbow. If I wanted to program that Raspberry Pi to do what this is doing right now, it would be possible, but I would have to be sitting in front of a computer typing instead of turning knobs and plugging in cables, which I think can be a lot more fun. So it's kind of a more tactile way to explore video signals, but it does have the drawback of being more expensive. Any one of these kind of rectangles that doesn't have wires coming out of it is not actually in use right now. So the ones that are plugged in, you can see right on there that they have something plugged into them. So
like really good in there. Just look at the.
Yeah, so mostly what's going on right now is colorization. There's kind of a rainbowification filter, I would call it. So you can kind of start with the basic signal, which is actually only taking in a black and white version of that signal. And then you can kind of crank up the rainbows until you have, I guess, as many rainbows as you feel comfortable with. This one is the one that's kind of taking the black and white signal and splitting it up into different layers that can have colors applied to them. And then there's actually another function in this device that can generate video signals from scratch. So that is what you would call a video oscillator. So kind of similar to an audio synthesizer, but it's, instead of generating sound, it's generating video signals. I can mix the live feed, which is this, that's being affected, in with the rainbows in different ways. So I can do, I guess, additive mixing, multiply mixing, just straight fade them into each other. I can, again, invert things before or after mixing them together. So there's a lot you can do with this.